Hello, Taurus. Welcome back, friends. And seriously, thanks for being here. Thanks so much. If you are new, I hope that you will hit the subscribe button. Look, if I'm all up in your business anyway, you might as well hit the subscribe button while you're here, right? I hope that you'll stay, but if you don't, thanks for ducking in at this moment. So this reading is going to be for your sun, your moon, your rising, or your Venus or Jupiter signs, not just for the sun sign. So check your placements. I will tell you how to find the extended reading and how to book a private reading at the end of the video. So hang out with me if you want that information. We're going to do a 9-card read, Taurus. Let's find out what's going on for my bull gang. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus. Tell me about Taurus. We've got, we ask for Taurus and Taurus appears. There we go. We've got the King of Pentacles. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. Taurus, you're working hard, friend. What are you working hard on here? Oh, you're working hard on being the Empress. You know what? I feel like you are at the edge of a breakthrough, Taurus. The Empress energy is here. And when the Empress energy is in the reverse, it's almost like the Empress is looking inward. What can I do to make this better? So I feel like you've already done all the major reconstruction of your life. I think that's what this is saying. You've already done all the major reconstruction, Taurus, like, when you finally do build the building, but now you're going to go over all the seams. Do I have all the nails in the right place? Do I have all the windows are in properly? Do you know what I mean? You are now getting down to the nitty gritty, the very details of everything here. With the Empress being in the reverse, it tells me that you were on the right track. And when that Empress energy does turn upright, you will finally be in the Empress energy. This tells me abundance is this close. Very, very close. And with all this hard work here, there's no reason why it shouldn't show up. Tell me more about Taurus. Tell me more about Taurus. It feels like you have already built the kingdom. That's what I said. You've already built the house, right? And now you're looking at all the details. Yeah, you've already built the house. We've got the 3 of Pentacles here. Now, we could be talking about a house. We could be talking about your health, right? Pentacles are about the 3D, time, effort, energy, money, your health, right? We could say that you have already gotten the foundation of something built, and now you're going over the details. It feels like somebody here is in the planning phases. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. Capricorn energy here. You're looking at, from today, now I'm going to do this much each day. How long is it going to take me to complete this before I can step into the house or step into my abundance or step into the Empress energy? I feel like you're really close to some sort of breakthrough in your abundance. We've got the 5 of Cups. It's taking too long. Look, we are in 2026, y'all, and everybody expects everything shows up to their door like Amazon. That's just not the way it happens. You know, Taurus, because you're patient for the most part. You have to learn that too. It's not something you just get grace with because you are a Taurus sign. That is something you have to learn over time. Everybody wants everything now because they think it just shows up like Amazon does, 48 hours after you order it, and that's not how it's going here. I feel like something is taking its time. It feels like how can I say? It feels like something is taking its time or is taking too long. You're getting impatient. It feels as though with this Hanged Man energy here, I feel like you're looking back. I'm supposed to tell you to look back, Taurus, okay? So look, we're in 2026 and we are in March, and even though things might be tough right now, please look back there and see where you were in March of 2025. Where were you in March of 2024? What needed attention? What is getting attention? I feel like you're getting a perspective on your sadness or maybe some regrets. Regrets can look like, well, maybe I should have got a different job. Oh, maybe I should have started walking earlier. Maybe I should have started cleaning up my diet a little bit earlier. And I'm going to say woulda, coulda, shoulda, man. Stop doing that stuff to yourself. Stop it. I feel like you are in this place where you are well on your way to building the kingdom, or you've already built the kingdom, and now it's just going to be wash, rinse, repeat. It's just going to be something that you're going to have to repeat over and over and over again until which time we come to this Empress energy here. Tell me more about Taurus. Excuse me. We've got the Chariot energy. we've got the Strength card. It's a hurry up and wait situation for you, is what it feels like. Because Strength is holding back, finding courage, but the Chariot is like wanting to push forward, right? This is like being on the motorcycle, right? You're ready to go, but it feels like you're waiting for something to complete itself. You're waiting to complete a cycle. You're waiting for something to finish up before you step into your final phase of whatever your master plan is here. Somebody here could be waiting for connection, waiting for love, waiting. Maybe you're the person who's got all of your time, effort, energy, health, job, money's in the bank, saving money, no debt, debt-free. If you're the person who's already done all that stuff, then I feel like this is what you might be waiting for. So somebody here is like, why is it taking so long? I feel as though I'm supposed to tell you that the Empress energy being in the reverse doesn't mean that your abundance isn't coming. It just means that it's taking time. And so I feel like everybody's so used to everything showing up immediately that you get frustrated when things don't show up exactly when you want them. I feel like something is showing up for you, Taurus, because look, the Chariot is here, and that is discipline. It's discipline, a lot of hard work. Look, it takes a lot of discipline to keep that Chariot on the road, right? To keep the horses running in sync with each other. And so I feel like there is something that is hiding under the surface. If this is a relationship reading and you're looking for somebody in the future, maybe you're somebody who's looking to renew the relationship you're in or to take another relationship to a different level here, I would say, with the Three of Pentacles. It feels like something here is showing up for you, but you have to be in the Empress energy before it shows up. And really, like, please understand that it's not a punishment from the universe. The Empress energy is simply just wisdom. So I feel like there is one of the queens is out of whack. I always say when the Empress shows up in the reverse. So maybe you haven't learned to stand up and speak for yourself. Maybe you haven't removed yourself from a situation that you should have removed yourself from. It feels like there's some sort of a block that could be here. So it could be that possibly you finally have the job, but now it's going to take a year of work and working on paying off your debt and getting debt free and getting into the Queen of Pentacles energy. So it feels like maybe your independence isn't there quite yet, or maybe you're still working on compassion and empathy, sympathy, working on protecting your emotional energy. Let's talk about the Seven of Pentacles, because I feel like you're willing to put in the hard work. I feel like you've already picked an intention. You're willing to put in the hard work, and it's going to change everything. Because look, I've got butterflies and busy bees. There isn't anything here that isn't going to work out for you, but it's just taking time, because that's also a card of waiting. It's a card of waiting until whatever shows up is supposed to show up. I forgot to put 2 cards down here. I will do that in a second. Let's do this. Let's talk about this first here. We've got the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So this is what it is. I feel like you have to be willing to wait, to be brave enough to wait for the cycle to end. It feels like somebody here is like, but I'm so close. I'm so close to getting what I want, or I'm so close to achieving what I want, but I'm starting to burn out. I've been going so long that I'm starting to burn out. I feel like this is your last wand. I feel like this is the last wand before you can relieve yourself of carrying around or dragging around some sort of heavy burden. And I feel like it's a burden of health, time, effort, energy, money, health. It feels like there's some sort of burden that you're going to be able to release, but it feels like this is your last phase of the journey, or last step of the journey. It feels like it's bravery. It's go get it. It's like, when you've been running a marathon, you don't have to run a marathon for me to tell you this, but when you're running a long period and you can see the finish line, I don't know if I can make it. My knees are shaking, but you got to dig deep at that moment. That's what I think that this is right now. Let's talk about this. We've got this Seven of Pentacles. So we have the Five of Pentacles. Taurus, I feel like you are working hard, and you're like, look, I don't even go anywhere. I don't do anything. I don't spend any money. I'm just work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. And sometimes we have to get into that space if we are going to achieve what we want to achieve. Sometimes that becomes our focus. So I feel like right now you might not be being social. Maybe all of your time, effort, energy, and money is going into writing that book, or is going into building your business, or researching whatever it is you need to build your business. But I feel like you are specifically taking yourself out of maybe social scenarios for sure, so you don't have to spend money. Focus, you've got acute focus on something here. Yeah, it feels like your friends around you, your family around you, they could see you as someone who's acting a little bit detached from your emotions at this time. Look, I was talking to another Taurus on the phone. I had a live call with somebody, and we were talking about how sometimes, not all of you, but some of you, how, we can be accused of being a little unfeeling because we have, resting bitch face, right? Look, I'm not talking about you. I might be just talking about me, but definitely I was talking to the person that was on the phone. We've got the High Priestess here. High Priestess is essentially being quiet, keeping to myself, going inward, listening to my intuition. I really do feel like, Taurus, you're probably in the midst of building something that doesn't require the input of anyone else around you. You might be someone who is just really focused on building at this time, because I feel like you've set your own bar really high. Taurus, I don't think anybody could set the bar higher than you do for yourself here. And I feel like you're well on your way into this building here. It feels like you've already got this King of Pentacles thing down, which is wisdom. It is practicality, moving slow, being patient, enduring, being very patient and loyal. That means staying the path, right? And I feel like somebody here, this is where you're going. And when it turns up right, you will have your abundance. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Judgment card. Okay, so it feels like there's an opportunity to build that keeps coming around to you here. We've got the Seven of Wands, but when it shows up, you become defensive. This feels like a block, Taurus. I'm going to say that there might be somebody saying, look, I've been working my ass off for days and months and years and centuries, decades, and nothing's happening. What is going on? I feel like there's some sort of a block here. And I want to say the block is simply the Judgment card, which tells me that an opportunity keeps showing up. Something keeps coming to stand in front of you and look you straight in the eyes, Taurus, and say, well, are you ready? And I don't think you're ready. It feels like you have to change something, do something. You have to do something to remove the block. So I will ask you then, if you're the person who's gotten to the Three of Pentacles and you've already built the I'm going to say this can be building a partnership. This is cooperative, collaborative energy. If you're already the person who has built something already to the Three of Pentacles, I feel like if you want to build it further, if you want this Empress energy to be in the upright, then I'm going to say there's a distinguished, there's one decision you're going to make that is distinguished from all of the other decisions. It is something that you don't want to do. Look, you can be a little bit stubborn, right? I'm going to say that in some of you don't want to make the decision. And as long as you don't make the decision, you can't have what's on the other side, which is the Empress in the upright. So I feel like there is a block here. It's a block to making some sort of a decision that is going to resurrect something that maybe you weren't ready for back there. But I feel like you're ready now because you're in the King energy. Tell me more. We've got the Five of Swords. So I feel like that's the energy of you arguing with yourself, fighting with yourself, is what it feels like. But I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet, but I want it. But look, if you don't go through the proper steps, then you can't have what you want. So I feel like somebody here is fighting a block. It feels like a little bit of defiance, but listen, I go through the defiance thing too. I'm a Taurus sun, if you don't know. I go through the defiance thing too, and that's why it's taken me longer to do things than it takes everybody else. I was talking to somebody in a live call, and that person got their doctorate in their 50s. They became a licensed psychologist in their 50s, and they said, gosh, I feel like I'm so behind everybody, but you're not. You're right where you're supposed to be at the time you're supposed to be there. Tell me why you're in this pause here. We got the Hanged Man, the Two of Cups. I'm going to talk more about this deepening of a bond. It feels like somebody here feels like, gosh, there was so much that I needed to do before I can even think about committing to anybody, before I can even think about getting into a relationship. I feel like you're in the midst of building some sort of really strong or sturdy organization. Maybe if you want your business to be more worldwide, it's time to incorporate or get that LLC. It feels like there is something you need to deepen. You need to deepen your commitment to something. And so if we're not talking about relationship, I think that's what this is. What's got you in a pause is you need to deepen your commitment to something. So it feels like something that maybe you've decided, I'm just going to do it 3 times a week. It feels like you might have to bump it to 5 times a week in order to break through this worry of, I'm not getting there. Why am I not in the Empress energy? Why have I not yet accomplished what I want to accomplish? And I feel like it's because there is some sort of a worry that all I'm going to do is work, eat, sleep, and I'm already not socializing. So I feel like there is something here that you need to stop doing, and that might be holding back and finding the courage to take the next step, finding the bravery and the courage to stepping forward here, to changing your mind. It's merely just about changing your mind. And let's find out what the Strength card is about here, Taurus. Excuse me. We've got the Eight of Wands. Excuse me. We've got the Page of Swords. Ah, there it is. It's the overthinking piece is what this is. I'm taking my time. I don't care how long it takes me, but I want to do it right. It's perfection issues possibly, but I want to do it right. I don't want to get there and realize, oh, I forgot a bunch of things back there and then have to backtrack. And that's exactly how it works for Taurus or really any other fixed sign. That can hold you back sometimes from moving forward. I'm going to say this, that the Eight of Wands is here, and that tells me that it is time for you to move forward on something here. And I feel like you are worried and holding back because you don't want that thing to move so fast that it gets out of your control. I was saying about the Chariot, right? And the Chariot is discipline. What is the discipline? The discipline is, think about that. You've got just a metal box with a couple of wheels, and you got a couple of horses that you got to make sure that they know how to be in sync with each other, that you know how to keep that chariot on the road, or that thing is going to be in the ditch, and it's going to be terrible situation. So it's discipline, it's balance, right? In order to keep the chariot on the road. I feel like there is something here that you feel that if you let it go, it's going to get out of hand. Like, I feel like the Eight of Wands is like, but if I go, it's going to start moving too fast and I'm not ready to move that fast. Well, I would say, what is your block? The argument with the self is what your block is. This could be about a relationship. Look, this could be about a job. This could be about moving on from something, moving on from a job, moving on from a relationship, moving on from a marriage. I feel like you need to deepen the commitment either to yourself or to the thing that you're trying to accomplish. The Hanged Man is here and you're in a pause because you're scared that if I move too quickly, I'm going to have regrets. But I would say with the Page of Swords, it tells me that you have been engaging in editing the edits. Like, it's a thing that a new writer will do. Somebody who's already written the chapter and they're pretty happy with the chapter and they start the second chapter and then they remember something about the first chapter, so they go back and they edit the edits. And then they edit the edits that they already edited. And before you know it, you're stuck on the first chapter for months because you can't stop editing, right? And that is the perfectionism of the Knight of Coins. Somebody keeps digging for information. No, this isn't perfect. No, I need more information. I need more information. All right. And this could be about relationship as well. Somebody's stalling. And somebody is stalling about getting into a relationship. If this is a relationship reading for you, I feel like the moment of alchemy is going to come and push you right off the edge. I feel like the reason, if this is relationship for you, the reason that you haven't moved forward yet into asking somebody out or taking it to a deeper level of commitment with somebody, that your worry is that things are going to move too fast, right? Sagittarius energy, Eight of Wands, Sagittarius energy here as well. But this is a moment of alchemy. So you're waiting for the universe to tell you, is it time to go? Because when you look at this here, this Fool is holding the very, very first Fool card that was made in the very first deck, right? Very first published deck. And this Fool, way back when, 1600s, this Fool was one that you would never take seriously. That was the one that would entertain everybody. You would never get your financial advice from that Fool. But this one has grown up. Look at all the wisdom in the face, right? So I feel like somebody is scared they won't be taken seriously. That's what I feel like is going on here. Maybe I should just pass this by because I don't think people are going to take me seriously. But listen, whatever's meant for you never passes you by. It's just going to keep showing up until you agree to look at it in the face. Taurus, we're going to go into the extended. We're going to clarify the rest of this and find out what's under the surface here. If you would like to come to the extended, please check the pinned comment above the comments. It's under every video that I put up here. And if you're interested, please click the link to the membership area. The membership area is for the extendeds. You will get 4 in a month. You will get more if you're watching for more signs. And if you are interested in a private read, please know private reads are open. I am caught up. My private reads begin at $25 and they go up from there. Please click the link to Hypsee to figure out what is good for you. We're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk about this as well because something is about to move. You're very close. Very close. Something is about to move. Look at that. Something is already on its way. All right. I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for being here and watching, by the way. I do appreciate you, my bull gang, and all the ways you love me. I'm going to go for now. Be well. Thank you so much. Take care. I'll be back because I'm always back. Bye.